This here is Moya, the first fully humanoid robot with artificial intelligence created in China. And I'm not talking about a robot with 2 arms and 2 legs. I'm talking about a machine that tries to act like a real human being. Moya is 1.65 meters tall, weighs about 32 kilograms, and maintains a body temperature between 32 and 36 degrees Celsius. Yes, she's as warm as a person. Her skin is biosynthetic. She makes eye contact. She smiles. She moves her face with micro-expressions. She tilts her head while listening to someone speak. And most impressively, she wasn't made just to execute programmed commands. Moya was designed to interact with the world, to receive information from her surroundings and respond in real time. She observes, analyzes everything, and learns from the environment. The company responsible is DroidUp, a Shanghai-based company that has been evolving its humanoids for quite some time. They had already created models capable of running half marathons and walking over 100 kilometers. But Moya is different. She was made to interact with people and real environments, like in hospitals, receptions, and various places. The company itself claims that her walking pattern has 92% accuracy compared to human movement. And although there's still that slight discomfort, it's kind of strange to see a machine like this. It's impossible to deny. This is a very important thing for history. And what's most striking is not just Moya herself. It's the speed at which China has advanced in this field of robots. Not long ago, many Chinese robots were seen as simple copies or limited prototypes. But nowadays, the country is developing humanoids with facial expressions and very advanced intelligence. And of course, this is starting to worry other countries, because we're not just talking about something programmed, we're talking about machines that will walk among us. So, many concerns arise regarding this. Is China already implementing this in its military arsenal? Could they also use this in the future to spy on people? In today's video, besides understanding better how this robot and other impressive Chinese robots work, you will get to know other very interesting advances that China is making in the areas of artificial intelligence. And some of them are quite concerning indeed. When you see the videos of this robot, at first it's a bit creepy. Some people even barely notice that it's not human. It seems like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's true. As I mentioned before, her name is Moya. And according to the company that created her, DroidUp, this would be the world's first robot fully integrated with artificial intelligence. But what does that mean? It means she's not just a machine that moves and follows commands. She's a bit more than that. She has biosynthetic skin that responds to touch, facial expressions that try to mimic real human emotions. It's an artificial intelligence that learns from the environment in real time. It seems like science fiction, but China is making this a reality at this very moment. And Moya is not alone in this story. Recently, another Chinese robot, the humanoid G1 from Unitrix, did something that until recently would have been considered completely impossible. It walked more than 130,000 steps in temperatures of minus 47 degrees Celsius. Yes, 47 degrees below zero, in the Altai region. That's quite impressive. It's really impressive, truly. Because no human under normal conditions could do that, and with such stability and perfection. In this temperature, batteries usually stop working in minutes, and motors simply freeze. Lubricants harden like stone, sensors start to fail. It's an environment where most machines would have simply frozen to death until now. But the robot, the G1, kept walking, step after step, as if taking a leisurely stroll. This is a tough task even for very experienced mountaineers. And there's more. Xiaoping, which is like a Chinese Tesla of robotics, has deployed its humanoid robot iron to freely roam luxury stores in Shenzhen. Not as a scientific experiment filmed for a documentary, but as a normal social presence. Iron has a bionic spine with 5 degrees of freedom and a 3D printed structure that functions like a kind of artificial musculature. The result is that it can have movements so natural and fluid that sometimes you need to look twice to realize it's not a real person. And the most impressive part is that they are already starting mass production of these robots. It's no longer a laboratory prototype. Robots that survive extreme cold where humans cannot. Robots that learn on their own by observing the world. Robots that walk among us so naturally that it seems like they've always been here. Quite impressive, right? But here's a part that almost nobody is talking about. These robots are just the tip of the iceberg. You might think, okay, robots are cool and all, but so what? How is this going to affect my life? What does it have to do with me? It has everything to do with you, actually, and I'm going to explain why. When you look at this kind of technology, you're not just seeing impressive machines or toys that China decided to make. This is a strategy. It is a strategy of a country that decided a few years ago that it would not just compete with the West in technology, it decided it would lead. And while the United States and Europe discuss laws, regulations, lawsuits against tech companies, and get stuck in endless debates, China simply moves forward, very quickly. And this has kept many people around the world up at night. The truth is, the country isn't just building robots. They are building an entire technology system that in many cases has already surpassed decades of the West. And many people haven't yet realized the magnitude of this. They still think that China just copies other people's technology. I'll give you some examples here to give you an idea of the scale of this. The United States has been trying for a long time to solve the problem of high-speed transportation. Meanwhile, China already has trains that can levitate at over 600 km per hour. That's practically the speed of a commercial airplane during takeoff, only levitating on the ground, on magnetic tracks. The Chinese 5G network already covers almost the entire country, cities, villages, even some remote rural areas. And they're not satisfied with that. They are already in the advanced testing phase of 6G, a technology that promises to be 100 times faster than current 5G. The idea with 6G is that you could download an entire high-definition movie in less than a second. Meanwhile, some Western countries, including very wealthy ones, are still talking about collapsing bridges, pothole-filled roads, outdated public transportation systems, and problems of that nature. China is also dominating the solar panel and electric car industries. The country is not just the largest producer of solar panels in the world. It produces more solar panels than all other countries combined. As for electric cars, BYD, the Chinese company that many people in Brazil are already starting to know, has surpassed Tesla in global sales. The Elon Musk company that everyone thought was the absolute leader is no longer. There is even a Chinese project that seems like something out of a futuristic movie, and they call it the artificial sun. It is an experimental nuclear fusion reactor that managed to maintain plasma at 120 million degrees Celsius for more than 100 seconds. If they manage to make this work commercially, and the signs indicate that they are on the right track, China will have access to virtually unlimited and clean energy. Imagine the power that has. But there's also a more worrying side to the story: the military arsenal. Hypersonic drones that fly faster than sound, in swarms of autonomous drones controlled by artificial intelligence, capable of making decisions on the battlefield without needing a human in control. Submarines equipped with artificial intelligence that can operate semi-autonomously for extended periods. There's even a bit of research into developing high-power laser weapons for anti-missile defense. This isn't something from the future, 50 or 100 years from now. These are real military programs already in advanced development or testing phases. China isn't playing around, and they had promised to do this 10 years ago. In 2015, they launched a program called Made in China 2025. It was a government plan with a very clear objective: to completely dominate 10 technological sectors by 2025. Among them, artificial intelligence, robotics, aerospace, biotechnology, electric vehicles, and semiconductors. And they did this with investments that make the investments of some nearby countries look like pocket change, pouring trillions and trillions of yuan into research and development. The government trains millions of engineers and scientists every year. Chinese universities are currently among the best in the world, and they offer very high salaries precisely to attract talent from all over the world. There are also very bad sides to this story. from all this power that China is accumulating, but I'll leave that for another video. Comment below what you think about all this. How much do you think this is national propaganda? Or is China really dominating all these areas? Share your opinion below. We'll continue the conversation here in the comments, and we'll see you in this other video that's appearing on your screen.